Power Trip and Sam.
We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Hi, this is Alex Jones. Remember when I said you spell freedom F-O-O-D? It's really true. Legislation is in the process of restricting the growing and sharing of food. And a record number of Americans, over 43 million, depend on the government to feed themselves. Food prices are going up for Americans. Prices are going up, even for eFoodsDirect.com. This will require their first price increase in 3 years. The most important thing Americans can do for their own freedom and survival in these hardest of times is to get supplies of high-quality storable food. Because of the huge response to this buy 3 and get 1 free special, eFoodsDirect.com will continue this special until September 27th. Right now, you can buy 3 and get 1 free at the old prices. But move fast, because this offer ends September 27th. Call 1-800-409-5633 or on the web at eFoodsDirect.com/Alex. That's 800-409-5633 or on the web at eFoodsDirect.com/Alex.
When you're out on the road, the last place you want to be is on the road. But if the unfortunate happens, you'll be glad you were wearing diamond gussets.
There's a place down in Tennessee where they make blue diamond gusset jeans. They so pride in every stitch, guarantee you'll love the way they fit. Put a diamond gusset in the crotch where you need it most. Blue diamond gussets got it, others don't.
We turn jeans inside out. Diamond gusset jeans. Made in the USA with unparalleled quality. Our Defender motorcycle jeans combine gusset comfort with Kevlar protection, so you can ride all day with confidence. Order yours at gusset.com. Diamond gusset jeans got it, others don't.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. Live from Austin, Texas, broadcasting worldwide, it's Alex Jones.
How dare I, a lowly serf, a slave, dare approach Royal State Police, guardians of the bankers, guardians of the criminal government, and dare politely ask them what they were doing, basically blocking part of the road with their squad cars parked out on both sides of the street with a tent, running around out in the street. How dare I? It's none of your business. Get out of here. Get in your car. And he was just baring his teeth and enjoying it. This is when I was being polite. But I gave him a look to let him know I wasn't a slave. And I'm letting him know right now, you're not going to be able to shut down the alternative media. Your federal bosses are trying to pass the Cybersecurity Act to shut down the web and shut down free speech. I don't want to tell bad police, people who are on power trips, people that get into it because they enjoy exercising power over people. Don't worry. You think you're big and bad and tough? Your bosses above you are going to take all your pension funds, and you're going to love it. They're already taking all the dead veterans' benefits, stealing them. That's mainstream news. They're already destroying the country, and they're going to destroy you right along with it. So you go ahead and think you're on the winning team. You go ahead and enjoy your embarrassing power trip. You know, why is it that big cops, I've never seen them be out of control. It's always midget men or little tiny women, and a lot of little cops are nice too, that are completely out of their minds because they got something to prove. And the way he said, it's Sergeant Baker. I mean, he said, it's Sergeant Baker. Well, how about King Baker? How about God Baker? How about Creator of the world? I mean, how about, I mean, it's so embarrassing, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, here we are on more than 75 AM and FM stations, global shortwave, #1 internet show in the world, #1 podcast, one of the top channels on YouTube, hundreds of millions of views on YouTube alone. Of the top 5 or 6 downloaded films in history, 3 or 4 of them are mine. And my ego gets smaller. Oh, I'm aggressive, I'm confident, I'm assertive, but I realize the power I have. I realize the responsibility I have. And then some guy's mad, I guess, that he is 5 feet tall or whatever, and maybe people were mean to him in high school. I don't know. And I'm not a big guy. You know, I'm 5'10", 240 pounds. I mean, I guess I'm big muscle-wise. But the point is, what was so intimidating when a nice, good old boy walks up and, how you doing, troopers? What's going on here? You know, blocking the road. They're all over the street. They're out here with a tent set up. And that guy was just looking at me with hate. And that's what tyranny is. It's that entitlement. And I've been having demonstrations and rallies at the state capitol. I've been down there for more than 17 years, on air for 15. And those state police were so nice 10 years ago. They were listeners. They were all great. We've had rallies down there the last 3 or 4 years, and I'll walk over while somebody's speaking, hey, how you doing, trooper? And they'll just, leave me alone. I'm not talking to you. In fact, let me see your ID. We've got video of that with Aaron Dykes. Give me your ID. Because they are promoting the ones that hate the citizens. They are promoting the ones that are cowardly and weak and have no honor. They are promoting people who, I'm a sergeant. I'm a sergeant. And you are a scumbag citizen. At the bottom of the barrel is citizens, then it's illegal aliens, then it's bureaucrats and cops, then it's bankers and crooks. And they can do whatever they want in this country. And that's what all the John Wayne outfits and the fancy uniforms are about. It's about status. You know, government is the status. And government is a dangerous servant and a fearful master. You know who said that? George Washington, that I have FEMA on video in Kansas City, sent to me by a firefighter, to firefighters, police, and state police, with FEMA telling him George Washington was a terrorist. Government is a dangerous servant and a fearful master. Like fire, not easily controlled. In fact, I'm paraphrasing that. We pull up the terrorist, according to these people, George Washington. Do you think George Washington would, somebody walked up to him when he was a militia commander and said, what's going on here? You guys got a checkpoint here on this dirt road. What's going on? You think he'd say, get out of here. It's none of your business. Get out of here. And I watch police. I see them pull over 2 middle-aged, one of them looked like she was 75, old women. Now, that's some other article about George Washington was a terrorist. Pull up George Washington, quote, government is a dangerous servant, fearful master. And then I can't remember the rest of the quote. I want to quote the terrorist properly. And I was ashamed for him. But see, the globalists want us to be ashamed of the police. This is the psychology. They train them to act like thugs. They train them to be abusive. They train them to violate rights. They train them to be callous. They train them to be an us against them mentality. Then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And the public starts disliking them. And the feds, with their training, say, see, they don't like you. You've all got to stick together. And it's basically gang mentality. It's the biggest street gang in the world, and it's growing and growing and growing and growing, and everything that's being done in the public schools and the airports and everywhere are these testing grounds, they admit, to train you to be a total prisoner. They found the quote. Let's put it back up on screen for PrisonPlanet.tv viewers. Government is not reason, it is not eloquence, it is force. Like fire, it is a dangerous servant and a fearful master. Let's read that quote again for people. Now, you're either with George Washington or you're against George Washington. You either think that's extremist talk or it isn't. Let's put it back on screen. Government is not reason. It is not eloquence. It is force. Like fire, it is a dangerous servant and a fearful master. And government is now trying to be our master. Every other country in history turns into tyranny. Every other country has an elite come in that paramilitarizes the police and uses the military against the public. Every country sets up secret police and tattletale squads and demonization of people that don't like it. Every government seeks to control farms and ranches and agrarian areas to dominate the public. If you go down a checklist of tyranny, they are checking each box off repeatedly and adding new boxes. No one can deny that this country's in trouble. And I got news for the globalists and all their minions. It's over. The people are waking up. No amount of staged terror attacks, no amount of new wars, no amount of flu hysteria, no amount of the crises you create are going to put the genie back in the bottle. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men aren't putting your stinking little tyranny back together again. Congress can pass laws giving the UN control over our waterways and our lakes. You can pass laws to not let us drill water wells. People are just going to stop following what you have to say. And as you back them up against a wall, because you want to raise the taxes and put satellite tracker boxes on all the cars to track and trace us and control us, it isn't going to work. Okay? And they are psychologically profiling. Every time I mention this, people don't believe me. It's so outrageous. I don't blame you. In fact, guys, it's MSNBC's the first one that comes up. Man sues police department because IQ too high. Will pull up some of the articles. There's been many of these suits. And they tell them, your IQ's 102, which is just above average. And, I mean, there's people with 190 IQs, folks. And so we're not going to hire you. That's a policy that was done secretly through federal funds about 20 years ago. It's now public. And now they're trying to lower it to 90. I mean, 90's not very smart, pretty dull. I mean, what, soon will they get folks with 70 IQs? Probably. Me, boss, now. You don't ask Sergeant Baker question. You lick boots. You polish boots of Baker. You see my cowboy hat. I am tough. You don't ask me questions. You're supposed to be afraid of Sergeant Baker. What was the other Thomas Jefferson quote? Another terrorist, according to, I guess, the state police and the filthy government we've got that's delusional and believes all its own propaganda. Liberty is a... Let me give you the exact quote. Guys, in fact, pull it up, double check me. Thomas Jefferson... When the government fears the people, we have liberty. When the government fears the people, we have liberty. When the people fear the government, we have tyranny. Thomas Jefferson. I'm going to continue to quote terrorists here on air. Okay? Remember, the feds are teaching nationwide that anything good is terrorism. And remember, the whole Homeland Security report sent to us by good state police and good federal marshal, good people. Remember that national news said the entire Homeland Security apparatus is for conservatives, gun owners, returning veterans, libertarians. It's for you. You're told it's for men in caves that are funded by the CIA, that if you don't give your rights up, they'll come get you. No, it's for you. It's for you. And the police want you to know that. Now, a lot of them are good men and women and aren't going along with the programming, but the programming, the directive, is to slap us around like they're the pimp and we're the prostitute, and they're going to let us know. Put the quote back up for me, please. When the people fear their government, there is tyranny. When the government fears the people, there is liberty. And that doesn't say who the quote, that somebody wrote that.